Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up to the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Well, I'll be doggone. Look at that little rascal go.
Raccoons is right fond of washing things.
Are you going to teach him to wash regular-sized dishes?
Well, of course I am. Then I won't have to do them.
If you can learn him to wash cars, we can make some money.
Now, young'uns, you're going to be walking on eggs today, because Granny is in one of her... What in tarnation is...
Well, I'm learning this here raccoon to wash dishes.
Get him out of here, Ellie. Of all days not to rile up Granny, this is it.
Granny might like to have herself a dishwashing critter.
Granny ain't in no mood to like nothing today. She's in one of her cantankerous moods, and she's spoiling for a fight. Now, Ellie, May, get him outside.
Oh, sorry, Clyde.
Oh, wait a minute. Here she comes. Get him out of sight.
Well, Pearl, hide.
Put him in here, Ellie. It's empty.
You'll be real still, and I'll sneak you outside.
Now, everybody mind your own business. Be real quiet. Don't give her nothing to start a scrap about.
Nobody even gonna speak to poor old Granny?
Good morning, Granny.
What's good about it?
Well, the sun is shining and it ain't raining.
What have you got again, rain? You want this whole place to dry up and be a desert? The farmers need rain. What are you, a farmer hater?
No, ma'am.
A lizard lover?
No, ma'am.
Well, what are you? Shh, be quiet. Who you telling to be quiet?
Nobody.
Are you taking his side again me?
No, ma'am.
Are you taking my side again him?
No, ma'am.
Why not? Ain't I right?
Well, yes, ma'am.
Then that makes you on my side.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, get off of it.
Come on, Ellie. I'll help you tote this pot outside.
I'll help too, Ellie.
Just a doggone minute. What's in that pot?
Victuals, Granny.
Then why are you toting them outside?
Well, they's a mite underdone, so we's giving them to the critters.
Not so fast. Who says they's underdone?
I reckon I do.
Well, I say they's just right.
Okay?
Give me that pot. I'm hungry.
Now, Granny, take my word for it. Them victuals ain't cooked enough.
I say they is.
No, they ain't.
Yes, they is.
Well?
I win. They is just right. For a picnic.
When Granny's spoiling for a fight, she's sure gonna have one.
Boy, that's the truth.
I have known that little woman to grow a couple of stalks of cotton just so she could scrap with a boll weevil.
Howdy. Oh, just a minute, I'll ask. Hey, is Granny cooking lice soap?
Yeah, why?
Yes, ma'am, that's what you smell. Yes, ma'am, now you do that. And bye. That's gonna get the fighting out of Granny's system.
What is? Who was that?
Well, that was Mrs. Drysdale. She says that she's gonna throw Granny's soap kettle into the cement pond. Let's go watch the fun, Ellie.
Now, hold on. You young'uns stay here. I'll go see if I can head her off.
What was that you said? Take it back or I'll stuff a pillow with you. no lip nor no beak, neither.
Get that vile mess out of here.
Well, Miss Drysdale. What was that you said again, honey?
I said, get that vile mess out of here.
I thought that's what you said.
Don't stand there making that ridiculous noise. Do as I tell you, or I'll dump it in the pool and you after it.
Keep talking, honey. I want you to have a full head of steam when I tap your boiler.
Drysdale! Mrs. Drysdale!
She's mine, Jed, all mine. Leave her be.
Yeah, but Granny, you don't want to fight her with your sweater on, do you?
No, help me take it off. What are you doing? Unhand me, you ruffian! Bring her back, you promised! Ah, here she is. I demand you release me.
I will, ma'am, as soon as I get you safe on your side of the hedge and get Granny cooled down. Sounds like half my work is done.
Milburn, I want those hillbillies evicted, dispossessed. They must be driven from our neighborhood. And I mean now, immediately. No more excuses. I will not tolerate them any longer. I don't care how much money they have in your bank. Milburn, where are you hiding? Come out and face me, you coward.
Mrs. Drysdale,
Where is that miserable money-grubbing peasant?
I refuse to recognize my employer by that odious appellation.
Oh, everybody is against me. I have to fight alone to save Beverly Hills from the blight of those barbarians. Where is Milburn?
Mr. Drysdale is flying to San Francisco. He tried to call you, but you were next door at the Clampetts.
Yes, being abused, humiliated, and manhandled.
Manhandled? By whom?
Mr. Clampett. He grabbed me in the most savage manner and literally dragged me like a caveman. My arms still ache from his brutal assault.
Mrs. Drysdale, Mr. Clampett may be rough in appearance, but he's the very essence of a gentleman, the soul of chivalry.
He is the essence of uncouth behavior and the soul of depravity.
Hear what happened at his studio when an overzealous actress threw herself at him?
I certainly did not. And it all sounds terribly sordid. What happened?
Well, he found out that she was a married woman, and his sense of honor is so great that he refuses to go near his own studio so long as she's there.
Really? Miss Hathaway, I've been quite shaken by my ordeal. Might I have some tea?
Of course. Sit down. I'll prepare it immediately.
Marie, please see that my new Paris creation is pressed. And summon my beautician and masseurs. Oh, and Marie, I want to borrow some of that perfume that you find so devastatingly irresistible to men. No, it is not for Mr. Drysdale. I'm going to throw myself at Mr. Clampett. What? Of course I'm able to drive home myself.
She's took to bed with double pneumonia and pond water poisoning.
She never even got good and wet before I got her out of that pond.
Well, come on, Paul. She's about to breathe her last.
Granny's just trying to get back at me for spoiling her scrap with Miss Drysdale.
Ellie. You hear that, Paul? She's terrible sick. She says her time has come and she wants her family around when she goes. Jethro! Hurry, Paul, hurry. Please come and anything I can do for you?
No, child. I'm past mortal help.
Granny, what's all this nonsense about you taking to your bed?
Ellie,
Ain't your pa coming?
I'm right here, Granny.
Ellie, if he gets here too late, give him a dying message for me.
I'm right here.
Tell him I forgive him for taking Miss Drysdale's side agin me.
I didn't do that.
Tell him I forgive him for tying my arms down and throwing me in the cement pond to drown.
Granny, you fell in. I pulled you out.
Tell him he got his wish. I died from a broken heart.
I thought it was double pneumonia.
Tell him don't waste no money on a pine box. Just throw together some scrap wood and dump me in.
Granny, don't say those things.
Careful, Ellie. You'll catch pond water poison. Besides, I gotta measure your Granny for a box. Let's see now. We got a couple of old egg crates down in the basement. Reckon they do. Uh-oh. Nope. Afraid not. Ellie, reckon your Granny would mind getting put away kind of doubled up?
Granny, don't listen to him.
It's all right, child. I'm too weak to hear him. Breathing my last feeble breath.
Uncle Jed! Guess who's downstairs waiting for you? All gussied up and sweet smelling, too. Mrs. Drysdale.
Who?
Mrs. Drysdale!
Why, that fat old stone hen, let me...
Lay back down. You're dying.
I'm trying to belt her one, let me in.
Hold her down, youngin'.
Steady, Margaret, steady. All you have to do is flirt with him. Surely it's worth that to get him to move. But suppose he doesn't retreat from your advances. What? Oh, rubbish. If he retreated from a glamorous movie actress, he'll surely retreat from me. You're playing with dynamite. Listen, to get these peasants to move, I danced the Watusi with a keg of nitroglycerin.
Who are you talking to, Miss Drysdale?
Oh, Mr. Clampett. I suppose you think it's terribly bold and daring of me to come over here alone like this.
Oh, no, not at all. Granny's safe up in her bedroom, and the young'uns is up there watching her.
It isn't Granny I'm afraid of. It's myself, my feelings, the emotions that are raging inside of me.
Oh, forget it, Miss Drysdale. Even if you was to tangle with Granny, you couldn't hurt her. She's little, but she's wiry.
I have no intention of tangling with Granny. The only entanglement I fear is you and me.
Miss Drysdale, I wouldn't hurt you for the world.
Let go, you young groups. Ain't you got no respect? Can't you see I got one foot in my grave?
No, but I can sure feel the other one in my stomach.
Yes, so let go, Granny. You'll go down and want Miss Drysdale.
Oh, I'm failing away again. I'm breathing my last. Ellie Mae, quick. Run down and fetch my tonic. Maybe I can hang on a mite longer.
Listen, Granny.
Oh, Jethro. Open them doors so I can see the sky and the trees when I go.
Well, where are you going?
Fixing to cross the River Jordan.
In your night clothes?
I'm leaving this vale of tears. I'm going to join the angels.
Well, they's done better than Dodgers.
I'm dying, you big lummox!
No, you ain't, Granny. You'll feel fine just as soon as Ellie fetches your tonic for you.
She'll get the wrong bottle. She ain't smart like you, Jethro.
Shucks, she ain't had education like me.
I should have sent you. You'd have got the right bottle, 'cause you're smart.
That's true.
Hurry. Stop Ellie from getting the wrong bottle.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Whilst I'm gone, who's to stop you from going downstairs and whopping Mrs. Drysdale?
Well, a smart boy like you knows how to stop me from doing that, Jethro.
I do?
Of course. We'll lock the door so I can't get out.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You go on outside, and I'll lock the door.
Hey, now don't think you can trick me now, Granny. I'll be out there listening to hear you turn that key.
You're the smart one, Jethro. Did you hear that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now then, Mrs. Drysdale.
I was right. I just figured out if you could lock that door from the inside, you could unlock it too.
You and your education. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. You...
Come on, Granny, you're going back to bed.
Riley, don't you fret about your granny. She's healthy as a bobcat and twice as scrappy. Are you keeping her room till Mrs. Drysdale goes?
Well, how long's she gonna be here?
I don't know, Ellie. She keeps acting like she wants to tell me something, but she seems ashamed to say it. You run up to your granny.
Yes, sir, pal.
Are we alone now, Jed?
Yes, ma'am?
Have you guessed what it is I've been trying to tell you?
No, ma'am.
Can't you tell just by looking at me?
Afraid not.
Then I must tell you, this burden is more than I can carry alone. It weighs too heavily on me. I can hide it no longer. I'm infatuated.
Well, shucks, ma'am. If that's all that's been bothering you, forget it. You're just pleasantly plump.
Could we sit down?
You betcha. That's a ticket. There you are.
Oh, don't let go, please.
Oh, Miss Drysdale, don't worry. This bench will hold your weight and then some. There, you see? Now I'll just drag up this chair.
Can't you sit here beside me?
Of course, you don't take up more than half. There. Now you feel better?
I'd feel much better if you could put your arm around me.
Miss Drysdale, I could put my arm around you and have half of it left over. You've got to stop worrying about being fat. There, you city women fret more about extra pound here and there.
Mr. Clampett, Jed, I've been trying to tell you something in a subtle manner, and I'm getting nowhere with it. Very well. I'll show you how I feel. Now, do you know what I've been talking about?
I do for a fact. You're plumb shutting off the blood to my leg.
Please come down and cook some victuals. I'm starving. Hey, looky here. I done took 3 hitches in my rope.
I told you, I ain't stirring out of this chair until your Uncle Jed comes in here and answers me some questions.
Like what, Granny?
Like the hanky-panky that's going on betwixt you and Miss Drysdale. And Jethro, leave the room.
Oh, Granny.
I don't know what hanky-panky you're talking about, and Jethro, stay here.
Thank you, Uncle Jed.
I'm talking about the hanky-panky that went on downstairs, and I had to be locked in upstairs not to see and Jethro leave the room.
Oh, Granny.
You was locked in upstairs so you wouldn't go downstairs and whomp that poor woman, and Jethro, stay here.
Thank you, Uncle Jed.
Then why did she come to see you all gussied up and smelling of perfume and Jethro leave the room?
Oh, Granny.
Miss Drysdale come here to unburden her mind to me about something, and Jethro, leave the room.
Thank you, Uncle Jed. Leave?
Leave? I ain't even sure I ought to tell Granny about Miss Drysdale's problem, but I know she'll pester me till I do.
I'll pester you, too. Out. Out. Like a little kid that doesn't know to score. I done graduated the 6th grade.
Now, Jed, what's Miss Drysdale's problem?
Well, Granny, she thinks she's a mite overweight.
A mite overweight. To tell me that you sent Jethro out of the room?
Well, you know him and his big mouth.
And to tell you that Miss Drysdale got dressed to the nines and pickled in perfume?
That's the truth, Granny.
Who do you think you're greening, Jed? Has that woman took a shine to you?
Granny.
Don't you granny me. I remember you when you was the lady killer of Cass County.
Granny, that was 25 years ago.
It was only 2 days ago that movie actress throwed herself at you. You had it then and you got it now. And I want to know what you're doing with it.
Miss Drysdale's waiting downstairs to see you again, and smelling sweeter than ever, too.
Nothing betwixt you, huh? Well, if you won't talk, I'll wring it out of her.
Grab her, Jethro.
What do you want me to do with her?
Keep her in a rocking chair till I get back.
Ellie Mae, wouldn't you like to go back to the hills where your critters can run wild again?
Oh, yes, ma'am, I sure would. And Granny would, too. Pa, too, I think. But he won't, because him and your husband are such good friends and neighbors.
Don't give up hope, Ellie.
Well, howdy, Miss Drysdale. My, don't you look slim and nice.
Thank you. Ellie Mae, could we be alone?
Why, sure, come on outside.
Child, it's your father I want to be alone with.
Oh, well, Clyde and me'll go outside.
You, want to be alone with me?
Yes, you handsome, irresistible brute. I'm through with hints and subtleties. I must tell you how I feel.
Jethro, you're much too smart to waste your time holding me like this.
I am?
Of course. A smart boy like you would figure out how to tie me in this chair with a piece of rope.
Well, I ain't got no rope.
Smart boy like you would figure out how to use that rope around your waist.
But yeah, I could do that.
You're so much smarter than Ellie Mae, it ain't even close.
Shucks, she ain't had education like me.
See you later, Brain!
Please, get a hold of yourself.
Nothing betwixt you, huh? You're right. Ain't room for nothing.
Jed, darling, come back. You're mine.
Cass County killer is at it again.
Mr. Drysdale. Mr. Drysdale, I gotta see you. What happened was my fault, Mr. Drysdale. Now, please don't blame your wife. She's a fine woman. And don't worry, we's moving back to the hills. I just thought I'd come by and give you a chance to satisfy your honor.
Mr. Drysdale isn't here. We're quite alone, Mr. Clampett. Now, if you'll please...
Stand back, Miss Jane, for your own safety.
What do you mean?
Something I thought was buried 25 years ago in Cass County has showed up to haunt me.
Mr. Clampett.
Please, please, I can't go through all that again. First that movie actress, then Miss Drysdale, now you.
Wait a minute. Suppose you sit down and tell me everything.
Yeah, I reckon I better. It's weighing on me something awful.
You don't have to help no more, Miss Drysdale. You best go home before Jed gets back.
Oh, but I want to help. I'm so grateful to you for moving back to the hills and taking temptation out of my reach. What a man.
You was fooling with the Cass County killer.
I sure do thank you, Miss Jane. I reckon I can handle it from here.
Good luck.
Pretty near loaded, Uncle Jed.
How many critters can you take with me, Pa?
Oh, round up as many as can hang on safe.
Come help me, Jethro.
Oh, Jed, you're back. This is pretty near everything.
Yep. Better have a last look around, Granny.
Well, I guess this is it, Jed.
Sure is. Hop on, Maggie.
Maggie, is that one of Ellie Mae's little critters?
No, ma'am. Maggie is all mine.
You mean me?
Sure do, honey bun. Get in the front seat so we can snuggle. It's a long ride back to my cabin.
Your cabin?
Well, now, you didn't think I was going to leave you here, sweetie pie. You being crazy mad for me and all.
Now, wait a minute.
You love it back in Cass County, darling. You can eat all you want. We'd be happy as two hogs in a mud dweller.
Oh, please.
What's the matter, sweetheart?
Don't call me that. Milburn, help! Milburn!
Lover lamb, come back. I thought 25 years was too long.
it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. You all come back now. Here?
This has been a Filmways presentation.